about a little bit about the Harrison Gents. That about the Harrison Gents, because that's what I used to be when I was younger. Excuse me, I got like fucking scars all over me. I've been fighting and all kinds of shit. Anyways, I was just going through my videos, and I seen about the video I did with Little Rita. She was the chief of the Lady Gents from the 78, 84, something like that. But so anyway, I want to talk about a little bit about the Harrison Gents now. I have a book that I already wrote, and the book is getting edited right now. Okay, so but I have to pay money for it. If you write a book, you still got to pay money to get edited. All right, and that's to make it really, really good with all the photos. And then they also publish it for me in Amazon.com. So the book is called Brotherhood of No Love, Blood and Betrayal. It's going to be about gangs here in Chicago from the beginning, all right? Because my book is more concise than a lot of other ones. Now, there's books that are out there, and the one that's closest to mine would be Once a King, Always a King. But that dude who wrote that book, he got a hit on him, all right? He got a hit on him because he wrote a book that he that he did sneaky, and he wasn't supposed to do without the permission of the people who he was talking about. You see, and the difference between me and him is I got the permission. I got my story down pat. Because one thing, since I was a little kid, I always read. And I always read, and I always liked to write. And when I got caught up and went to the joint, I was going to the joint back and forth, man. I mean, all the 80s. As soon as I turned a teen, I was just, forget it. Until all the way up to now, I mean, a long time. But one thing is that I put the story down. All right, I put the story down. It cost me like, what, right now, $1,200 to put up there. But the book's gonna come out, and it's called Brotherhood of No Love, Blood and Betrayal. All right. So, I mean, if you could write your book, and the people, I tell you, I'm gonna give you his number right now because these are some down motherfuckers, bro. I'm gonna give you his number. If you're thinking about writing a book, I'll give you his number right now. You're gonna call Anthony at 312-776-2484. And that's Anthony, 312-776-2484. And the reason why I'm gonna tell you something, because these are the guys that make the books happen. Now, you may say, oh yeah, I could write this book. Yeah, you wrote the book, but it's gotta be edited, brother. In order for you to make money on it and to publish it, it should be edited. And the way they do it, and I agree with them, I'm gonna put out on Amazon.com. Okay, so they can get the book, or they can get the download or whatever, and you're making money off the book. But see, the thing is, my book is real. My book ain't about no bullshit. I don't need to. I ain't nobody. I ain't no chief. I ain't. But like I said, I'm just telling you my story in there. And if you interested in it, check it out, because it's about the gangs, it's about politics, and it goes all the way back to the beginning of Chicago, before there was any Washishu, which means whites over here. They were still the natives. And the last chief of Chicago, and he's right here in Bridgeport where I'm at right now, and he lived down the block, was Chief Alexander Robinson, Chichipinkwa, I believe. He was the last chief, and that was in the 1830s, 1840s. Now, from then until now, look at the gangs that if anybody sees this and you know that I'm from right here, you know what the fuck is going on out here. Look, outside that window, you hear the helicopter? They're all up there. Why? Because they're fucking got the fucking carjacking. The carjacking crew. I turn off the fan. They got a carjacking crew, and they're in helicopters, and for whatever the fucking reason, they hover above right here. on the south side by my aunt's house, right above the Ninth District Police Station, right above the motherfuckers. I could hear those every day, all night long. I hear them. I'm like, what the fuck? But the only reason why I like it here is I'm secluded. I'm on the third floor. Plus, I get to grow my weed. That's another story. So yeah, my book about okay. So the chapter one that I'm talking about, my book, No Blood, no Brotherhood of No Blood, Blood and Betrayal, starts with the first ones, which are the Native American gangsters. People don't know about them, man. They were Indians. They were gangsters from a long time ago, and a lot of them came here in the '50s, and their parents or whatever, the mother, hooked up with Mexicans. So you got Mexican Indians, Dakota Indians, Sioux, that are Mexican, and they started the first gangs over here too, like the Deuces, Morgan Deuces, that I talk about. And I got a story in there about a lot of. I got a girl. She was 13 years old. She was a maniac Latin disciple. She's from the. I'm trying to think of what tribe. Is from Wisconsin, Menominee, I think. And she talks to her about her story of how she got shot at 13. All right, in Humboldt Park and stayed paralyzed. And then I got the story with my cousin Rochelle talking about all the gangs on the south side right here, where I'm at now by Pilsen, and then also the killing of my cousin Richard Solorio Jr., who's the case is still the guy who killed him, paid a bond and took off, and nobody wants to do it. And that's been for almost 40 years. So I'm working on that one too. You know, I'm not. Is that you got to take it light because this is heavy shit. For a person to try to get justice in Chicago, you got to be willing to give everything up, which is good for me because I don't. My kids are grown. I got my daughter and my son. They're grown. My son, I got my grandkids. They're all grown. Everybody. Nobody depends on me right now as far as that. You know, I'm not saying I'm gonna cut myself off. They need me because that's my grandchildren. But right now I'm on my own. I can do what the fuck I want. I ain't got no commitment with no women, or so I can't. They can't. Nobody can tell me, hey, come here, be here with me. I'm here out here on my own. You know, if you want to meet up with me, meet up with me. You know. But I'm on a mission, and that's my mission. Was this one book right now that I'm writing, and that's coming through right now because it's gonna come out. It's gonna be I'm gonna love it because you know why? It's about the truth. And a lot of people, if you're from Chicago and you're from West Town or wherever, and the North Side, Humboldt Park, and all this stuff, and you're gonna want to listen. If you were ever a Harrison Gent, or your father, your parents, your cousins, nephews, uncle, you never know who it is. If you're Puerto Rican, white, or black, even Asian, you could have been a gent, or your cousins, uncles, fathers, whatever. Because there was Chinese, there were Harrison Gents, there was Indians, the Native Americans, there was Sioux, there was people from Wisconsin, the Menominees. Okay, all these tribes, they got together, man, and you mean that people don't, it's that they're not, the Indians are always in between the smoke. People don't want to the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, the black, but in between all of those are who? The natives, they've been there. There's been natives in black gangs too, all right? So the natives have been here. This is their land. They've always been there. Even if you think that they pushed them out, they didn't push everybody out. They just pushed the tribe, the leadership. And then there was Indians all laying around here every fucking where. All right? They lived here. And they still do. And there's some bad motherfuckers. Don't you ever... One thing my cousin told me is, when I went over to South Dakota for the first time 10 years ago, never look a reservation Indian in the eyes. Never look at them. Never look them in the eyes. So you gotta be able to know how to deal. And then when you shake, it's just like this, and one down. You shake their hand, a Native American, you shake it, one down. No down and up and down and up. One, you grab his hand, or her hand, and you go down with it, and that's it. Don't try to put it up because that's bad sign. And like I said, never look a native in the eye if they're from the reservation, because that means bad stuff. You may not think bad, but that's what it means, because they've always been fucking screwed by everybody who came to them. Everybody. All right, that's why they lost all the land. They don't trust nobody. I don't blame them. I'm there with them. Look at, this is my juju right here. This is my 4 directions, and this was made by my cousin's niece, Ashley. All right, I got to put my metal back on there. I wear this everywhere because this protects me. You don't know the shit I came up out of with this. People trying to kill me. But anyways, like I said, I mean a few things, but like me, I just did my dream, write my book. You know, I wrote the book. It's like about 400 or 500 pages. It's got pictures. It got everything in there. And I tell my story and did. Oh, yeah. I knew Manolo. Yes, I do. Jaws. Is this Jaws? Jaws, is that you? Jaws. Hey, Jaws. Joshua the right. Hey, bro. Yeah, I knew him. Yeah, I knew him. I knew him. His father or grandfather got hit in the head with a pool stick. I knew them right there. It was called the Cachita Bar. Man, nigga, I tell you stories about that place, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You don't even want to know. You better call me on the side with that, because that place, hell yeah, I knew him. Yup. So yeah, I did know him. Amol, Joshua the Righteous. Did you know Manolo too? I'm gonna say Jaws from the Bar on Walter. Like I said, Manolo, yeah, I did know him. And I know their kids, and they were Harrison Gents. Jaws, let me see. What? I can't see. I'm lit up, but it's okay because I'm not sloppy drunk. Oh, that's your step-grandfather? Then you remember me. You remember me, right? You got to remember me. You got to remember me then. Because I used to be over there. I used to sell your grandfather rifles, pistols, every fucking... Yeah, his grandkids were Gents. I used to sell them motherfuckers. Hey, your grandfather used to buy all kinds of guns for me. I used to sell them rifles, escopeta, pistola, de todo. Y me llamaba, Joey, come here. He said, what are you doing with that? I was like, nah, I don't know. He said, vende, toma, dame eso, give me that gun. Give me that gun, motherfucker. I'm smoking a joint. I'm gonna smoke a joint too. And he would tell me, bro, here, take this shit, you know what I'm talking about, and give me the gun. So I said, motherfucker. He'd take the gun from me. He didn't want me out there with the guns, but he collected a lot of guns for me. Your grandfather, he was a bad motherfucker. My grandfather used to go in there, the Cachita. Okay, your grandfather's tavern, the Cachita on Walton and Ashland, that shit was open since the fucking late 50s, 60s. And all the Puerto Ricans from that neighborhood in West Town used to go there. We all used to go there. Your grandfather was a badass motherfucker. I remember him. He had the hole in his head. The motherfucker hit him with the pool stick, and he killed that motherfucker. I remember. Yup. That's been a while back. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the history. And if we got that history, I don't know what I'm an old guy, but if we're all Puerto Ricans and they were Latin Kings and all this, why don't we get together, bro? Why can't the Puerto Ricans get together? Tell me. Yeah, he killed dude, hit him in the head. He blasted that motherfucker's head off. I know. My grandfather told me. And they didn't even arrest him. He got away with it off the top. He didn't even go to jail. Because your grandfather was connected, Papa. He was connected. Yeah, it was self-defense, but he was connected. Okay, king, yeah, look, yeah. Hey, and we're Puerto Rican, bro. Put the Puerto Rican first, bro. Fuck that. whatever, Harrison Gent, Latin King, Disciple, whatever the fuck, even the Mexicans, we all should be together. That's what I'm talking. The shit has changed, brother. Shit has changed. We need to get together. If not, we're fucked. Yeah. Orlando. All right, Orlando. Yeah. Amor. That's if we don't get together, all of us, and everybody already knows. Tell me, you know how many if your folks, tell me how many family you got that are people, and you already know. And if you're people, tell me how many family you got that are folks. That's right, Orlando. That's how we first started. All Latinos together, all the Puerto Ricans together. Yeah. There's no need for us to be fighting right now. You watching? Oh, Clint Brook. All right, my man. United, man, you put me up there watching from the United Kingdom. There's another place. Look at you guys. My brothers here in Chicago. Pay attention what's going on in the United Kingdom too, because there's a lot of stuff happening in the United Kingdom that affects everybody here too in America. All right? But like I said, hey, that's a good shout out from the United Kingdom. Thank you, brother, because that's you putting me up there. So like I'm saying, I'm talking about my own people now, and I'm not excluding anybody. But for the reasons that I have in Chicago is because we live in different neighborhoods, and it's been like that. So you got one neighborhood that's Irish. You got another neighborhood that's Polish. You got another one that's English. British, English, whoever. They're all out here. And so, hey, what's up, Spalding and Humboldt Park, Boricua, Orlando. I'm watching from New York City. Say yes, your readers are out there. Thanks, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's get together, all the Boricuas, for real. We got a lot of people out there. I'm over here tripping right now. I had me a few beers, you know. Amor, Division of Spalding. Amor, Division of Spalding. And those are King brothers. Those are, I'll throw it up because my family was kings too. I don't care what anybody got to say. You want to bust my head, bust my head. I throw up everything. Huron and Horn Street. There you go. Jaws. Fucking Jaws, man. You just laying this. What about Damon and Division? All right? Damon and Division. Old Papo King. I used to be a fucking... If you read my book, listen. Jaws, my book's coming out. You let me know. I'm going to give you a free copy signed. Jaws. I'm sending you that book. And in the UK, my book is Brotherhood of No Love, Blood and Betrayal. You send me your address, and I'm going to send you a book signed from me. Because you guys are talking to me right here. Joshua, the Righteous. Okay, Joshua, but my folks from Rockwell. Yeah, they're in there, bro. Get the fuck out of here. How can Rockwell and Potomac not be in there? Are you crazy? Rockwell and Potomac's hell stompers. Everybody. That's from the beginning of the Puerto Ricans. We all got together. Spanish lords, motherfucking hell stompers. And then when they came out with... It wasn't Maniac Latin Disciples. They came out with the Latin Disciples first. All right? Latin Disciples. Dragons. Everybody. My book got everybody in there. I got the whole story, brother. I got the whole story. And not from what I'm saying. From what I wrote. Because I spent years. This book that I'm putting out now has been my whole life since I was a little kid. Of everything that I seen personally. Yeah. Jaws, yeah. If you see, yeah, I was out there too fighting no motherfucker. I was not, the Vikings and all that. Listen, you're right. And you probably were a shorty, but I'm trying to tell you this. We don't need to keep on with that bullshit. Motherfuckers still want to come up with that bullshit. But I'll tell you the history. Jaws, I got you. Orlando Roman Jr., Hitler got killed by a king. It's sad. Wait a minute. Oh, Hitler from the Maniac, from the Latin Disciples. Yes, yeah. He got killed. Yeah, you're right. And he's in the book too. Because the story that I got straight from, I ain't going to say his name, but he was a prince of the Latin kings when they first originated in 1963, according to him. And from Humboldt Park, and his name, I'm just going to tell you what his name is in the book, is Rex Lex. Now, Rex Lex was one of the princes of the Latin kings. He's still alive. He's like 70-something years old. He gave me the interview for 2 years because I was with him politically. He was a city commissioner for Chicago back in the 70s with a daily because the Puerto Ricans, we were outcasts. They wouldn't fucking give us no jobs. And when we got our break, I'll tell you who gave us our break. It was, and I don't agree with him now, but I agree with him back then. Professor Jose Lopez Rivera from the Puerto Rican Cultural Center was the one that cracked it for us. All right? Because he was a precinct captain for the Italianos. And the Italianos, once he got in there, he was able to take over. But Jose Lopez Rivera, professor, is too greedy. He got too greedy. He's a millionaire now. And I know for sure he don't give a fuck about us. All he cares about the money. I don't care about the money. I care about what the fuck is going to happen to my people. All right, the Puerto Ricans. We got a lot of situations. And unless we wake up, motherfuckers, I swear to God, we're going to lose. There's not going to be no Puerto Ricans. Our kids are going to be fucking married off. Listen, I don't want to say that. Because my son is married to a Blanquita. And I love her. All right? A Texan girl. And she gave me 2 grandkids. So I can't say that we're going to be married off. The thing is, it's not that. We got Humboldt Park. That's our little part of the world here in America, in Chicago. We can't give it up. We can't give it up. Does that mean we're gonna mistreat everybody else? Hell no. We're not gonna mistreat anybody else. The whites, the black, they're all with us. We treat them good because we're Puerto Ricans and we know how it is to treat people good, and we know how it is to be mistreated. So even though we've been mistreated, if I've been stomped, if I've been mistreated all my life as a Puerto Rican, the last thing I'm gonna do, being a Puerto Rican, and when I get on top, is to do the same to the other people. No. You don't do that to the other people. You treat them good. Bet. I'm on 100% Jaws. I got you, nigga. You got a book coming for me. Sign, motherfucker. Yeah, Chirac. Orlando. Yeah, you're right, bro. That's why sometimes I go out. Listen, with you 2 dudes here talking to me, is us, and we're in New York. Listen, this shit reached the fucking United Kingdom, brother. And we got to be more open because United Kingdom, there's things happening in the United Kingdom, okay, that concerns us too, all right? It's just straight up. And they got gang problems over there too, you know? And they got they got a lot of shit going on over there, man. They got motherfucking terrorists for real that ain't fucking around, and they got people that is doing that. So I'm not talking about if you're Islamic, hell no. There's a terrorist in everybody. Christian, Muslim, fucking, I don't give a fuck. Confusion, whatever the fuck. There's what we gotta do is get together. Everybody that's cool, Puerto Rican, Mexican, United Kingdom, English, Irish, Scottish, French, Belgium. Let's get together. So this book I'm going to put out, I'm going to tell you again, so I want you guys to look at it. And whoever was on there talking that I promised I will send you, because they're going to send me 10 books. And yes, Orlando, yes, rest in peace to Queen Elizabeth. I give her my props too. She was the leader of England, of the British, of the United Kingdom. Yeah, she got her props. Yeah, rest in peace. So, yeah, maybe if we get something together, Chicago, whoever's in the UK that contacted me, connect with me in Chicago here. Let's do something good. You know, your constables over there, we mimic over here because our cops over here, they dress like you guys. They got the same insignias from London, from England. So yeah, I'm interested in that. You guys got gang problems in England. We got gang problems. You already know. Yeah, When they locked up all the leaders, Orlando Jr., these politicians, yeah, the politicians in Chicago. Listen, bro, you don't know what the fuck what you just said, nigga. Listen, my book is ending when I got out. I was fucked up. I was locked up a long time, doing all kinds of shit. I get out, come back in. So 2012, I got out of the joint. When I'm leaving a joint, right, you are still giving us gent history. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some gent. I'll give you some gent history, motherfucker. Well, anyway, when I got the joint, they told me the lady come running out. You got liver cancer. I was like, what? You got 1 year left to live because you got cancer, and don't come back. And she knew me because she was in the back and I was in the back. They put me, like in the last half of year that I was serving, they put me in a fucking place that was, it smelled like a fucking a death room. Yeah, Joshua. So I'm gonna tell you what happened to me in the joint though, so you motherfucker could listen. That way they know not to fuck around and go to the joint. They put me, before I was leaving, they put me in this place, right? I'm looking in there. They said, well, bed open. I said, okay, a bed open. I looked in the bed. I see all the guys there. They're not paying attention. They're old people. They're sick. And some guy tells me, oh, yeah, you got the bed? I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, this guy just died. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, he just died. He got cancer. He's like, we all do. And you. I said, motherfuck that, nigga. I told him right there, I'm not dying in this motherfucking bed. You crazy. I'm going to go home and die. And that's what I did. But I'm still alive. That was in 2012. And that lady came out running because they didn't want her to tell me. But she told me because she was close to me, because she got close to me. She was real cool with me. She was a white nurse. She was cool. Nothing about, but she liked me. So she told me, Joey, you got cancer. Don't come back or you're going to die in there. I was like, what? So from there on, I've been, doing my thing. Like I said. So the book and Harrison Gent history. Here goes the Harrison Gent history. Those people from before 83, I'll tell you. Because after 83, you're talking about Coco and all these other guys. And even though Coco was one of my guys, it's different. So I remember going at it with Gents. Who? But Jaws, who were you riding with? The Warlords or Kings? Commercial Park. That was Dopey and them. They took over that spot over there by Commercial Park because that was way over there by Walcott. I mean, that was past our. The line for the Warlords and the the Kings, the Warlords, and the Gents was Wood Street. That was our line. Everything west of Wood, from Wood Street, the west side of Wood Street, the buildings from the west side were all land Kings and Warlords. And then across the street were all of the Gents. So you guys were living on one side. We're looking at you every day. We're looking at each other every day. We got our cars parked right next to each other. That's what I never figured out. I could never figure out why we were fighting. Yeah, I could never figure out, Jaws, why we were fighting the Kings. When my brothers, my uncle Playboy was a Latin king. The only reason, King Rory, I ain't going to say his name. Huron and Hoy, Jaws. You remember my cousin, Bandit from the C Notes? My cousin Bandit. I didn't even know he was my cousin. I used to try to kill that motherfucker. Bandit. Joe Bandit from the C Notes. Jaws. But I never understood why we were fighting in the beginning. We were all the same motherfuckers. All we did was split our power. If we were together and we did what we were going to do together without the bullshit, petty ass bullshit, oh, he said this, he said that, and let's do this, and I'll tell you right now, most of us are all related. We're all related. Check that. Yeah, Joey, that was Joey Bandit. Joe Bandit. Let's see if I got a picture of him right here. I'll show you. Let me see if you can see. Let me see if I got a picture. Shit. Let's see what I did here. Because I deleted a lot of shit. I got a picture of him. I got a picture of him right here. Let's see if you know him. If you can recognize him. Let me find a picture of him. No, I don't got him right there. I'll find him. Yeah, so Jaws. That's the thing. I don't know why. Okay, like I said, when I was a little kid, in the 60s and the 70s, the Gents, the Kings, Harrison Gents, Latin Kings, Ashton Vikings, Coolie Lemos, all the Latinos, we were all together. And the Kings too, all of us. It was none of that shit. And I grew up in that. And I'll tell you one thing right now, and everybody knows. So, in 83 and 84, when I left that bullshit and I went to the joint, my uncle was a Latin King top dog, bro. And when I went in there, I wasn't riding with the folks. Fuck that. I rolled with the Kings. I was a Harrison Gym, but I rolled with the Kings. All right. So I rolled with the Kings in there with my uncle and them, and I had a lot of trouble. I had motherfuckers wanting to kill me on the street, but the Gents that came up after me, the main ones, and Coco too, Coco, and the other ones, it just so happened that Coco who took over when I went to the joint, Coco had saved me because Coco, one day there was a shootout on Noble and Noble and Augusta, right? I'm in my house. I'm sleeping. I'm 14 years old. Little Fred, Fernando, from the Gents, he was around, but he come knocking on my door. Joy. They're shooting up the vice, blah, blah. I go out the back. The United Patriots, I'll tell you one thing. That was Puncher. There was no such thing. Puncher is a fake. All that shit was garbage. That was just Puncher trying to be the chief. Because it was Puncher, now I'm going to tell you in the story, that when I come out the back fucking door, and he's telling me that the vice lords were shooting up the block, I come out the fucking, Coco's in his fucking house right there on Noble, and I'm coming out the alley, he sees me, he says, watch out. Dude got a gun right there. I said, what? And when I looked, motherfucker almost blew my head off. The bullet hole's still there. Coco saved my life. I went around, I looked, they had Puncher. Puncher, coward ass bitch, was laying in the ground shooting over a car, and there was all kinds of kids from Peabody. Little kids driving, walking around, and they were screaming because the shots, and he wasn't looking. I seen that, I didn't go at him. I went around, I went through the gangway, I come out on Augusta. It was Melvin Clay. Now, I don't know if you ever heard of Melvin Clay. Ask your relatives, bro. But Melvin Clay was a motherfucking killer. Joshua, Melvin Clay was a killer, bro. He was 40-something. I'm like 13, 14. I come up on that motherfucker on Augusta. I come up behind the mailbox. He's lighting up the Vikings. They're all cowering behind a car. And I get his ass. Fa. I get him twice. I get him right here and here because the blood just came out. All right? But the nigga didn't. That motherfucker didn't even. He just turned at me like nothing and started lighting me up. Boom, boom, boom. And I got away. Yeah, I knew Shawnee. Shawnee was my boy. Yeah. You motherfuckers were the ones that tried to set my ass up with the fireworks. You guys over there by Huron, I was selling some weed. I know you motherfuckers remember. And Shawnee was there. He used to go out with one of the queens right there, or one of the Latin King's sister. And he told me, watch out, the cops are over there, they're going to get your ass. I was right around the corner by McDonald's. I said, for real? He said, yeah. He said, where you at? Stop, don't go nowhere. And your sister and Shawnee, and I guess your little nephews, they came. Yeah, they probably were going to, I was probably one of them that were going to fuck up. The Kings were probably gonna fuck up me. But like I said, I mean, he let me know, and I didn't go over there. I didn't get busted. But all the Kings I knew, my family was all Latin Kings, bro. My motherfucking, my wife's uncles, fucking Big Smiley. All right, rest in peace. Little Smiley got killed in Pontiac in July of '82 by the gangster disciples over a black and gold rug. Chino, the, my uncle Playboy. Those were the original motherfuckers. Tony Gallego. These are the original Latin Kings. See, I'm connected to the original ones, not the newer ones. So they don't know me like that. But I don't fuck with them either because it's a matter of honor. But when I was out there on the street, yeah, I fought. I was at Harrison Gent and I fought the Latin King. We were fighting, shooting, whatever happened, we do it. But you know, that's one thing on the street. And there's another thing about politics, Papa, and that goes in Chicago. And I don't give a fuck. Whoever don't believe it, you better believe it because you got relatives. We're all mixed up. And I was not. Oh, you became an MLD? But my uncle from who? Okay. Yeah. So it is, listen, the MLDs, we're all the same, brother. Trust me. We're all the same. Yeah, at Orlando. Oh, yeah, Orlando. His name was Orlando Lopez. That was so what happened was I married my first wife. She was, her family, her uncles were all Latin Kings. And then my uncle was a Latin King, Playboy. But I had my other two uncles that were Harrison Gents. And that was from the 60s when they first started. I'm not talking about the 70s or the 80s or the 90s. I'm talking about when they first started, Papa, in the 60s. And we were all together. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells me. I'm always going to love my other brother. If he's a Puerto Rican, I don't give a fuck if he's a maniac. Campbell, whatever the fuck, Spanish Lord King, whatever. I'm always going to give you the props first. All that gangbanging shit, hey, fuck that, nigga. That don't mean shit. Yeah, all that bullshit, fuck that. We need to be real with each other. If we ain't real with each other, ain't nobody gonna be real with us. Because I already know that, man. I did a lot of time, bro. And look, mira on the estoy ahorita. I'm calladito right here. I got my weed, check it out. I be showing motherfuckers how to grow I grow my own weed, fuck it. And everything, but like I said, the book is coming out. Brotherhood of No Love, Blood and Betrayal. I feel very, very fucking satisfied that I got this book out. It may not be, like, oh, big. I'm not looking for it to be big. I'm just looking for it to be the truth so I can put it out there. And that's it. Because this is only dealing with my own people. Now, I'm Puerto Rican and Mexican. My father was killed when I was fucking 3.5. I don't know nothing about the Mexicans. Little. Because I was raised with my grandparents. They were from Jayuya and Utuado. Don Arquelio Torres Reyes y Doña Elmina Torres Vargas. Vargas Torres. Okay? Because that was my grandmother. They raised me. All right? And they were Puerto Rican. So, what you get, what you see is what you get. I'm Puerto Rican, bro. I tell all my Puerto Rican people and my brothers, think about that first. Think about that. If there's a conversation somewhere, think about it. Say, man, we're all Boricua. And if you get a chance, whenever, even if you, I had a wife, okay, my second wife, and she was Blanquita. When she came up in downtown working in the merchandise mart, and she came up, she was telling me, well, now I can hire some people. They gave her like 4 slots to fill in for positions. So she was like, she had all these kids, all these girls, young ladies, but they were all white. And I ain't saying nothing against all white, all right? Are those burritos at La Pasadita? So hell yeah, nigga. The motherfuckers are fire. I used to have one 2 days ago. Hell yeah. Oh man, don't fucking tell me that. Fucking pasaditas are good. Anyways, she was gonna put some fucking, she wanted to fill them out with all white. And I told her, no. Who is it that we got? So she had a friend named Chata, and Chata had a niece that was good. And she could hire her. So I said, hire her, and hire her. I said, when these white people gave you, they said, here, you got 4 positions to fill out. The white people gave them to you in the merchandise market. They're not expecting you to fucking get any white people. They're expecting you to get some Latinos. And I told her, get the Latinos. And that's what she did. She hired all Latinas. My ex, she hired all Latinas. They're still in the business now. Downtown, they work, and that's good. But that's how you got to do it. You got to promote yourselves. You got to promote yourself. The whites, they got their people to promote them. The blacks, they got their too. If you're Latino, you need to promote your own people. Because if you don't, ain't nothing to move. You stay who you are. If you're Latino and they give you that power, that means because they know you're Latino and they're going to spread that little bit of power to see how it goes. Because it's all about the money, how the shit works. All right? Merchandise Mart, that was a big place, bro. They were making money left and right and everything. Yes, there's still a lot of fire. Hell yeah. Right? So, the Gents, like I said, Little Rita's where I left off. I'm going to meet up with her again. We're going to hook up, do some stuff. I'm going to do a documentary about the gangs, but it's not going to be just about the Gents. But that's where I got to come from that view. Because that's the only thing I know. Then I can go have a good night. Okay, bro, I'm on, Orlando. That's the only way I can come through from that, from what I know, you know? Yeah, Joshua, hell yeah. That's right, Joshua. Toke, toke, toke. Somebody told me I do huffing. I guess that's what you call huffing. All right, Joss. You'll see my videos because I'm going to put some good out there, bro. I'm going to put a documentary out here that when I get it tight, because I don't like putting bullshit, but pay attention to my videos and pay attention to when the book comes out. If you're in Chicago, I'll go deliver that motherfucker to you, Jaws. You say you're in Humboldt Park, I'll deliver it to you. All right, I got 3 books dedicated to what it was Jaws and whoever the other 2 brothers were on here. Because I'm high, you know, I ain't gonna remember your motherfucking names right now. But I'm gonna let you go because I like this. This shit is cool. And I appreciate you guys watching. And for my brother right here, I love the old school stories. Joshua, yeah, bro. I'm gonna put some more out there. And for my brother out there in the United Kingdom, hey, well, let's talk. Send me some information. We're gonna fucking collaborate on the gangs. Because the United Kingdom came over here to Cicero, and they came and they participated in raids against the Harrison Jets and Cicero from the United Kingdom. Yeah, true. Police from London came over here to Cicero. And I got those videos where they were making busts on the Gents, some of my guys, you know? All right, bro. All right, Joshua.